Have you ever looked in the mirror and wondered where the time went? Maybe your joints are a little stiffer than they used to be, or you find yourself feeling tired even after a full night's sleep. You're not alone. Aging is something we all go through, but here's the good news. It doesn't mean we have to give up on feeling vibrant, strong, and full of life. In fact, with just a few simple changes to what's on our plate, we can feel better than we have in years. Now, I'm not talking about going on some complicated diet or cutting out everything you love. Not at all. What I want to share with you today is much simpler and, frankly, a lot more enjoyable. You see, there are certain vegetables, miracle vegetables if you will, that can help you stay sharp, keep your heart strong, and even boost your energy naturally. These are the kinds of foods that people in the world's healthiest communities eat every single day. And many of them live well past 100 with clarity, strength, and a smile on their face. So in this video, we're going to have a heart-to-heart about 5 of these miracle vegetables. Not trendy superfoods that are hard to find. I'm talking about humble, everyday vegetables that are probably sitting in your local market right now. They're easy to prepare, affordable, and best of all, they work with your body to help it heal, thrive, and age gracefully. Let's start with the first one. A vegetable that's been a staple in traditional diets for centuries and is finally getting the recognition it deserves. Spinach. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Spinach? Really? Isn't that just rabbit food? But hear me out. This leafy green is one of the most powerful anti-aging vegetables on the planet. It's loaded with vitamins A, C, and K, all of which help protect your vision, support your immune system, and keep your bones strong. And that's just the beginning. What makes spinach especially important for seniors is the amount of folate it contains. Folate is a B vitamin that supports brain health. As we get older, our risk of memory problems increases, and folate helps keep those memory cells firing the way they should. It's like giving your brain a little tune-up every day. And don't worry, you don't have to eat spinach plain or raw to get the benefits. Toss a handful into your morning eggs, blend it into a smoothie, or stir it into soup. It wilts down so quickly, you'll barely notice it's there, but your body sure will. You might even start to notice that you feel a bit more energized, more mentally clear, or just lighter overall. That's spinach working its quiet little magic in the background. Now, once you've made spinach a regular part of your meals, the next miracle vegetable I want you to get familiar with is one that might already be in your kitchen: sweet potatoes. Yes, sweet potatoes. That soft orange root vegetable that tastes just as good as it is good for you. Sweet potatoes are like nature's multivitamin. They're rich in beta-carotene, which your body converts into vitamin A. Great for your eyes, your skin, and even your lungs. And unlike regular white potatoes, sweet potatoes have a lower glycemic index, meaning they won't spike your blood sugar in the same way. That's a big plus, especially if you're keeping an eye on diabetes or trying to manage your weight. But here's something that's not talked about enough. Sweet potatoes are also rich in potassium and magnesium. These 2 minerals help regulate your heartbeat, support your muscles, and keep your blood pressure in a healthy range. You might not feel it right away, but over time, the difference can be profound. Steadier energy, calmer nerves, fewer leg cramps, even better sleep. And you don't have to get fancy with it. Roast them, mash them, bake them, however you like. Try cutting them into wedges, tossing them with a little olive oil and rosemary, and roasting them until they're golden brown. It's comfort food, but with a serious health kick. Now, some people worry that sweet potatoes are too high in carbs. But here's the thing. Your body needs good carbs, especially as you get older. They give you energy, help regulate mood, and keep your digestive system humming along. It's about choosing the right carbs, and sweet potatoes are one of the best. So we've covered leafy greens and root vegetables, and now we're moving to something a little different, but just as powerful: broccoli. I know, broccoli isn't everyone's favorite. It has a bit of a reputation. Maybe you grew up with it boiled to death and tasting like cardboard. But trust me, when cooked right, broccoli can be absolutely delicious, and the health benefits are worth it. Broccoli is a member of the cruciferous family, which includes things like cabbage and cauliflower. These veggies are packed with compounds called sulforaphanes. Sounds fancy, but what they really do is help your body fight inflammation and detoxify naturally. That means less joint pain, better digestion, and even protection against certain types of cancer. It also has a good dose of fiber, which becomes more important as we age. Fiber keeps things moving smoothly through your digestive tract and helps you feel full longer. It also helps lower cholesterol and manage blood sugar. That's a lot of power for such a little green tree. If you're not a fan of steamed broccoli, try roasting it with a bit of garlic and olive oil, or toss it into a stir fry with ginger and soy sauce. It can be surprisingly flavorful when paired with the right ingredients. One of the best things about these vegetables, spinach, sweet potatoes, and broccoli, is how they work together. They don't just help one part of your body. They support everything. Your heart, your brain, your bones, your skin. They're like an all-in-one health package that you can eat every day. And what's even better, you don't have to eat a mountain of them. Just one small serving with your meals can make a world of difference over time. That's the beauty of natural foods. They're gentle, powerful, and they don't come with a list of side effects. We often hear that aging means slowing down, losing strength, or becoming dependent on others. But it doesn't have to be that way. The truth is, many of those so-called signs of aging are actually signs of nutrient deficiency. Your body still wants to thrive. It just needs the right fuel to do it. So next time you're at the grocery store, think of these vegetables not just as ingredients, but as little gifts to your future self. Every time you choose them, you're choosing a life that's not just longer, but stronger, fuller, and more joyful. Now that you've got spinach, sweet potatoes, and broccoli working their way into your meals, let's keep the momentum going. Because there's another miracle vegetable that's quietly been supporting healthy aging for generations. Yet many people overlook it or only eat it during the holidays. I'm talking about beets. Yes, those deep red beauties that stain your fingers and your cutting board. Beets aren't just pretty to look at. They're one of nature's most powerful foods for improving circulation and protecting your heart. And for older adults, that's a game changer. As we age, our blood vessels naturally start to lose a bit of their elasticity. That means the heart has to work harder to pump blood where it needs to go. But here's the incredible part. Beets contain natural nitrates that help your blood vessels relax and widen, improving blood flow and lowering blood pressure. It's like giving your entire cardiovascular system a gentle tune-up. Better blood flow doesn't just mean a healthier heart. It also means more oxygen getting to your brain and muscles. That can lead to sharper thinking, more energy, and even quicker reflexes. Some studies have even shown that beet juice can help boost endurance in older adults. Not because it turns you into an athlete, but because it makes your body more efficient at using oxygen. And that means you can walk longer, climb stairs with less effort, or simply enjoy your daily activities without feeling wiped out. If you're not used to eating beets, start small. You can roast them with a drizzle of olive oil until they're caramelized and sweet. Toss them into a salad with some goat cheese and walnuts, or even blend a few slices into a smoothie. They have a natural earthy sweetness that pairs well with apples, berries, and citrus. And don't throw away the beet greens. They're edible too and packed with nutrients. Think of them as a bonus round for your body. Now, let's move to a vegetable that might surprise you, especially if you've only ever used it as a garnish or in soups. Garlic. Yes, humble, pungent, powerful garlic. It may be small, but it packs a mighty punch when it comes to protecting your health. Garlic is one of the oldest medicinal foods on earth. People have been using it for thousands of years to fight infections, support the immune system, and improve heart health. And the best part? It actually works. The secret behind garlic's power is a compound called allicin. When you crush or chop fresh garlic, allicin is released, and it goes to work fighting harmful bacteria, lowering cholesterol, and supporting the body's natural defense systems. Think of it as a tiny warrior for your immune system, helping your body fight off colds, infections, and even chronic inflammation. Inflammation is one of those hidden culprits that becomes more common as we age. It doesn't always cause pain right away, but over time, it can wear down your joints, clog your arteries, and even affect your memory. Garlic helps calm that inflammation and keeps your internal systems running smoothly. And here's something interesting. People who regularly eat garlic are shown to have lower risks of heart disease and stroke. Not because garlic is magic, but because it gently supports the body in doing what it's supposed to do. It keeps your blood flowing smoothly, helps regulate cholesterol levels, and even lowers blood pressure when eaten consistently. Now, I get it, raw garlic isn't exactly appealing to everyone, but there are easy ways to add it to your meals without overwhelming your taste buds. Chop it finely and add it to salad dressings. Saute it lightly before adding vegetables to your pan, or roast whole cloves until they're soft and sweet. Roasted garlic is a treat in itself. You can spread it on toast, mix it into mashed potatoes, or stir it into soups. It becomes mild and buttery, and even people who usually shy away from garlic often fall in love with it that way. The important thing is to use garlic in its fresh form whenever you can. The pre-minced garlic in jars is convenient, but it doesn't give you the same level of health benefits. When you slice or crush a clove yourself, you activate the allicin, and that's what your body needs most. So far, we've covered leafy greens, root vegetables, cruciferous stars, and now garlic, one of the tiniest but most powerful additions to any meal. You might be starting to see a pattern here. These aren't exotic or expensive foods. They're simple, natural, grown in the ground, and they've been around for ages, because nature really does know best when it comes to nourishing the human body. As we move through life, our bodies start sending us messages. Maybe it's a little stiffness in the morning, or forgetting a name here and there. Maybe your digestion isn't quite what it used to be, or you're just not bouncing back from fatigue like you once did. That's okay. It's not a sign that you're broken. It's a signal. And food is one of the most powerful ways to respond to that signal. These vegetables don't just provide nutrients. They help bring balance back into the body. They support your organs, your mind, your bones, your energy. And the best part? You're in full control of when and how you eat them. There's something empowering about that, isn't there? Knowing that every small choice you make, every time you reach for a home-cooked meal over something processed, every time you add a few more vegetables to your plate, you're investing in your own well-being. You're showing up for yourself. And that matters now more than ever. Eating for longevity isn't about perfection. It's not about strict rules or cutting out everything you enjoy. It's about addition, not subtraction. It's about adding in the foods that help your body do what it's meant to do, with less struggle and more ease. You deserve to feel good in your own skin. You deserve mornings with less stiffness, afternoons with more energy, evenings with a clearer mind and a lighter heart. And all of that is within reach, right in your own kitchen. Let's keep going, because we're not done yet. You've already come a long way just by being here and listening. That says something about you, about your willingness to take care of yourself, to stay curious, to keep learning, and to keep growing, no matter what your age says. And that's exactly the kind of mindset that keeps people healthy, active, and joyful well into their 80s, 90s, and beyond. Now, let's talk about our final miracle vegetable, one that often gets overlooked, but is an absolute gem when it comes to aging well. That's okra. Yes, okra, sometimes called lady's fingers, and often misunderstood because of its slightly slimy texture. But if you give it a chance, okra can do wonders for your digestion, blood sugar, and even your bones. Let's start with your gut. A healthy digestive system is a foundation of a healthy life, especially as we age. That slimy texture in okra, it's actually a special type of fiber called mucilage. This type of fiber helps soothe the gut lining and keeps your digestive tract moving smoothly. If you struggle with constipation, bloating, or irregular digestion, okra can be a gentle and natural way to get things back in balance. But it's not just about digestion. Okra is packed with antioxidants and vitamin C, which help reduce inflammation and support the immune system. It also contains vitamin K, which plays a big role in bone strength and preventing fractures, something that becomes more important with every passing year. And here's something you might not know. Okra has been shown to help regulate blood sugar for people watching their sugar levels or managing diabetes. This vegetable can be a real game changer. The fiber in okra slows down the absorption of sugar in the gut, helping keep your blood sugar more stable throughout the day. Now, I know not everyone's grown up with okra on their plate, and that sliminess can take some getting used to, but how you cook it makes all the difference. Roasting it at high heat can eliminate most of the gooey texture. You can also slice it thin and stir fry it with a bit of garlic and onion, or add it to soups where it acts as a natural thickener. If you've ever had gumbo, you've already had okra and probably loved it without even realizing it. The point is, like the other miracle vegetables we talked about, spinach, sweet potatoes, broccoli, beets, and garlic, okra is one of those foods that works with your body. It's not here to force anything or promise quick fixes. It supports your natural systems gently and consistently, helping you feel more like yourself again, maybe even a little better than you have in a long time. And that's really the heart of it, isn't it? Eating well after 60 or 70 or 80 isn't about chasing youth. It's about honoring the life you've lived and giving your body the care and attention it deserves. You've carried yourself through decades of hard work, joy, heartache, learning, growing, all of it. And now, more than ever, your body is asking you to nourish it with love and intention. So if you're thinking, well, I've never eaten much spinach, or I haven't cooked beets before, don't worry. You don't have to do everything at once. Even just picking one of these vegetables to start adding into your meals can begin to shift how you feel. Maybe you'll toss some sweet potato into your lunch, or saute garlic into tonight's dinner. Maybe you'll try a new soup with okra this weekend. It's all progress, and your body will thank you for it. In small ways at first, and over time, in bigger, deeper ways that you might not even expect. Because when you eat foods that are rich in color, full of fiber, and packed with life, you feel more alive. You sleep better. You think more clearly. You move more freely. You connect more deeply. And isn't that the whole point of living long? Not just to have more years, but to fill those years with real living? There's something powerful about realizing that you can change the way you feel by changing what's on your plate. That every trip to the grocery store, every time you stand at the stove, you're making a choice to care for yourself. Not because you have to, but because you deserve to. You deserve meals that heal. You deserve energy that lasts. You deserve mornings without aches, and evenings filled with laughter, and days where you feel like yourself again, strong, capable, full of life. And if this video helped you see that even a little bit clearer, I'd love for you to share your thoughts in the comments. Have you tried any of these vegetables lately? Or do you have a favorite way to cook them? Your story might inspire someone else watching right now, someone who's just beginning their journey back to better health. If you found this helpful, give the video a like. It really supports the channel and helps us reach more wonderful people like you. And if you like more simple tips, inspiration, and encouragement to help you live your best life at any age, don't forget to subscribe. We've got lots more coming your way. Most importantly, I want to leave you with this. It's never too late not to feel better, not to get stronger, not to enjoy life more fully than ever before. Whether you're 60, 70, or well into your 90s, there's always something you can do today to care for yourself, to love your body, your spirit, and your story. So here's to you, and to the next chapter of your health, your joy, and your beautiful, vibrant life. You've got this.